28th edition, 28th of December 2021 edition of NXT. It is the last NXT of 2021. And you know what, guys? I hate indie wrestling, even though I think NXT is definitely distancing itself from that a wee degree. But there's actually some decent stuff on this show. We have some woman called Tiffany debuting. She wins her match. I'm not going to really say too much more about that, but yeah, she wins her match. Then we have a pretty decent segment. We've got Matt Riddle like joining this like fucking via satellite segment between Walter and MSK, and he basically announces that he's going to join MSK for a 3-on-3 match against Imperium. Never used to like Riddle. Thought he was a complete and utter goofball when he first came up into the main roster, but you know what? He's going to be honest here on Fog Wrestling. So Matt Riddle can get the Fog seal of approval. Next up though we have Grayson Waller, or whatever the fuck you call this guy. He comes out, basically runs down Raw and AJ Styles, and then out comes this guy who kind of looks like prime Mark Henry. Dead agree. And he fucking basically calls out Waller, and then basically Waller beats him in a match, and after it's announced that Styles will be returning to NXT to confront Waller. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why not, like, at this New Year's Evil thing, right? But why not, like, why can't these two have a match? Even though I get it, right, the build's been pretty dead, but at the same time, you know, feud has a shit build in wrestling today, so I see really no need why they couldn't have a match. I mean, what are they saving this for? Are they saving this for the Rumble? I mean, I guess they could. I mean, that would make an attempt to put this fucking guy over, Grayson Waller, who, I mean, I actually think he seems no bad. Like, he does have something about him, but at the same time, it's like wrestling is that dead these days. It's like, what are we doing here? Racing our ping pong. Then we have this Harford guy, Brian Kendrick no-shows, and I'm like, fuck's sake, probably like the one guy, the 1 ounce of star power on the show. And you know it's desperate, like when you're calling Brian Kendrick a bit of star power. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles with NXT 2.0. But yeah, he no-shows. Out comes this guy from Chase University. Well, it's his own university. Andre Chase, whatever. He gets battered. This guy tries to save him at the end of the match. Harvard then proceeds to drag the guy to the top of the roof. And I actually thought he was going to throw him off. And this was actually pretty entertaining. It makes this guy come across as like a heel. And I enjoyed it. So, Big Stevie can't really complain about this. I enjoyed it. It got a wee chuckle out of me when he was fucking dragging him along the roof. Like, it was pretty badass, man. It was badass, but also, what else happened on this show? We had a contract signed between Roderick Strong and the other guy who holds the other belt, which is, I can't even remember what the other belt is, but Roderick Strong, this guy's a fucking bum. I mean, it's probably only a matter of time before he joins the rest of the job squad in AEW, but yeah, well, I mean, why can't he do that now? We also had a women's tag team match that no one roughly gives 2 shits about. We also had a bunch of other matches on this show, but I mean, who honestly cares? But there was some decent stuff on this NXT. You know, like, Steve isn't retarded. Like, if something's good, it's good. Even though I think current day wrestling, like, most of it is pish. Like, NXT, I mean, if you're rating the free WWE shows, it's definitely SmackDown, NXT, Raw. Raw is beyond fucking awful. I mean, I used to think it was the 3 hour thing, but like, at least you could say like 3 hours gives you an extra hour to have something decent. But Raw these days has fuck all decent, guys, and that's the fucking bottom line. So until next time, I'll give NXT 2.0 a 2 out of 10, which still suggests dog shit, and you know what? It suggests about right.